Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine. Delighted always to be joined by the White Rhino, Dave Allen. We're here again for another main event, your rematch with Johnny Fisher. Dave, always a pleasure to be speaking to you. Yeah, how's things, mate? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, yeah. When did I last see you?
Last saw me, I reckon it was Jack Carroll's fight against Barboza.
It was, yeah. It was
a long time ago.
It was in that little cafeteria.
Yeah, that was quite a nice little window.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, all good, yeah. Around that time, February this year, we weren't sure if the rematch was going to happen. I think at that point, I probably edging towards it not going to happen. But we're here now, 2 days away. So yeah, really happy, content. Fight's close and I'm fit, so I'm happy, yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you. You know, when we did speak then, you were like, if they did make the rematch, it'd be one of the biggest mistakes that his management team have made in a while, or forever. I can't remember exactly what you said. Yeah, you surprised that we got to the fight got made and we're here at Fight Week, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen. I think I have to give him a lot of credit for doing it. He didn't need to. I'm very grateful that he did as well. I've been back on the shelf, really. I was thinking I'd box on the Doncaster show next week, but I was surprised, yeah. Not that the fight's unwinnable for him, because the first fight was close enough, and they might think he's going to improve past me. But you know, if I was looking after him, I'd have given him at least another one, if not two fights, and made sure I was definitely past me, because there's still questions there. We're still not sure. So the best time for me to watch Johnny was next, straight up. So I can't complain. No excuses. Yeah, they give me the best possible chance. They give me. I've been training for 10 weeks, so yeah, everything's gone good.
Yeah, before we do, I guess, get into the fight, you spoke about managing fighters there. I thought it's good to obviously talk about your own managerial stable. Yeah, everything all going good. I see Calvin Moyo downstairs. Obviously, Joe Hayden in a very competitive fight next week. Yeah, next Friday. Yeah, everything all going good. I thought it was a good way to start. Yeah, everything going good.
At 6:15, Joe Hayden sparring at 6:15. I'll be on FaceTime.
Okay.
Joe Howell's there sparring as well. Joe Hayden and Stevie Levy box next week on the Doncaster card, Terry Harper. Joe Hayden's in a big step up, really, facing a former area champion, Lewis Boo. Me and Lewis boxed together as kids. He'd been doing it a long time, a good fighter. It's a big step up, really. But Joe, I think Joe's really good. You know, I think he should win and go on to hopefully better things, hopefully domestic titles. So, but it's a tough match, really. It's a tough match for him, but on this card, that's the kind of fight he had to take to get on it. Stevie Levy fights Ellie Helliwell in a Commonwealth title eliminator. June 13th, Joe Howard's back in action, and Sam Light fights the debut. Calvin Moyo is on his 4th pint downstairs. He'll be back 2027 at some point, yeah, when he's ready.
Yeah, I guess moving on to yourself, we're here on another fight week. What's the fight week feeling for you for this?
Do you know what? It don't feel that big, really. It don't feel as big as I thought it would. Yeah.
Is that difficult? Is that disappointing?
No, it's good. It's chilled. Yeah, it don't feel like a massive. It don't feel massive. I thought it was going to feel bigger than this. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm here. Like, you know what the Saudi fight was like? Was the one. If I'd have lost that one, I'd have been back at work months ago. But I won that one. Got well paid for this one. Got a contract for this one. That means if I win this one, I got another big one. So I'm in a good place. I train really hard, and yeah, win here. I changed my life in Riyadh, actually. I set myself up to be alright. But this one, if I win this one, maybe an ensuite for one of my kids as well, double ensuite maybe. Yeah, so yeah, I'm happy really. I'm really happy. You know, it doesn't feel massive. The Lucas Brown fight will never be top for me. The Lucas Brown fight happened at a time in my life that was just fucking turbulent, really. I'll never understand how at 27, the kid from Donny who were doing all I was doing, headlined the O2. So at 33, I'm actually an half-sensible guy. I'm actually, I've got a lot of experience now as a boxer. I've got my opponent selling half the copper box out himself. Should be headlining. So I'm just here.
Is that a good thing or an importance, knowing that when you look at the Lucas Brown fight, that is it important knowing that that's never going to be topped and I'm going to have nothing, like it's important to compare nothing to that, because like, I'll speak to someone like Chris Billam-Smith who beating Lawrence Okoli, winning the world title at his home football stadium, and like, he says to me, look, there will never be anything that beats that feeling. Is that a good thing, would you say? That I
think I am what I am, me, like I'm not really I'm not a go-getter, to be honest. People moan at me sometimes because, oh, you should be more upbeat or you should be hungry for more. But I'm not really an upbeat guy. I am what I am. So I think it's good. My feet are firmly on the ground. I'm settled. I know my level. I'm boxing at my level at the weekend again. I know I'm going to be in a good fight every time at this level. I'm going to be in a good fight. Johnny Fisher's like perfect for me. The only question is, has he improved past me in the last 5 months due to the first fight and the training since? I don't know. I'm looking forward to finding out, to be honest.
When Johnny talks about the first fight and he says he thinks he watched it back, he thinks he won the fight. Do you think himself he believes he won the fight?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. At the time I thought I won it at the final bell. I thought, I think I've done enough to win this, actually. And I never thought I was going to 10 rounder on points. I never thought I ever would. I don't really win rounds. That gave me a lot of confidence. I thought, I've won a few rounds here. I watched the fight back a few times. On one occasion, I think I had myself winning 6-4. Could have even nicked the 4th round. And then on another occasion, I thought he might have won the 6th there. But I thought I won the 10th. I think the worst had it for me was 95-94. But if you actually gave Fisher the 10th, I could have scored in 95-94 the other way because the 6th round were close. So the first fight's been and gone, but I'm not the kind of guy that cares what people say. People want to talk bad about me. As long as it's only in a boxing and not in a personal sense, I'm not bothered. Really not bothered.
Yeah. But like taking the first fight into account, knowing you could hurt him, put him down, how much confidence do you think that gives you into a rematch, knowing that you can put that dent in him?
Yeah, I think when you know you can hit your opponent, it definitely helps. I hit him that time. I caught him with it was a peach of a shot, really. It wasn't a big shot, but I caught him on the chin and put him over. I caught him with a lot of other big shots and didn't put a dent in him either. He was out on his feet after 5 rounds and he got through, so I give him confidence that he's going to get through whatever I hit him with. So it's all swings and roundabouts, this game. Before the fight, you build yourself up and you pull the other man down as much as you can. Then after the fight, you try and build him back up to give yourself a bit more confidence. It's weird how you do it. So, I know I can hurt him, but it's one thing putting the man down, it's another one finishing the job. I just hope this time I'm a little bit fitter. More importantly, I'm a hell of a lot sharper. And if I get him going again, I think I will take him out. But he's a super tough fella, so I actually think I'll win on points. I have to give you a prediction.
Yeah, you as you say, when we spoke in our last interview, you said it would be a borderline mismatch. You still believe that?
I think I'm miles better than him, yeah. I think in terms of boxing ability, yes. He's just a very good athlete and a super hard man. But I think it's night and day in terms of ability, 100% experience. Boxing ability for me is Roberto Duran he's probably the best boxer to ever live. He didn't jab and move though, because jabbing and moving for me isn't a boxing ability. That's athleticism, I have skill, I have ability, I can look after myself, I have experience that he doesn't have, that hopefully one day he will have. And that's what he's lacking, and I think I'm head and shoulders above him. I have to get past the athleticism in order to make it that mismatch that I talk about. Yeah. If he would accept standing still with me and having a real boxing match up close, that would require skill and movement, head movement, and intricate things. It would be a mismatch, but I have to get past the athleticism first. It was a mismatch after 4 rounds last time. I beat him up for the last 6, at least 5 of the last 6. So I have to get past that athleticism, and then I believe it will be a mismatch. Yeah, but I have to get past that first.
At this launch press conference, I know that's been and gone. He did make the remark about you quitting. Yeah. Look, that's been and gone. Pretty had time to sort of sit on it and dwell on it. Do you still take it as a disrespect for him to bring that up?
No, I didn't think it was wrong though. So people said to me, I said, yeah, true, yeah, that did happen. Yeah, so I don't get offended easily either. And he's my mate as well. I know when the final bell goes, one of the first things he'll say is, Dave, I'm really sorry that I said that. I know he will. The nicest fella in the world, and he don't want to be nice to me at the moment. He's trying so hard not to be nice. But he's a nice fella, and I know for a fact he will apologise for saying that. And he did apologise for saying it when we did the face-off. Yeah. He's a good bloke. But he wasn't wrong what he said. But he will regret saying it, because he's a nice fella. He wouldn't want to upset me or feel like he disrespected me. But I didn't take it as disrespect because it was true. If you was to say something to me now that was true, even if I didn't like it, it was you was trying to be antagonistic or you was being a dick, I would say, well, it is true. Yeah. So he said what he said, and he was right. But that kind of comment in boxing will bite on the arse, whether that's Saturday or later on in his career. That will probably bite him in the arse one day.
Yeah. on that as well, he's obviously mentioning the Frazer Clarke fight. I don't know if you had a chance. Did you see the Instagram story that Frazer Clarke put up about? I think it was yesterday.
I don't think so.
And basically, he was sort of. It was an interview actually you done with Jamal Niaz.
Yeah.
And you was sort of talking honestly about the fight, and Frazer was saying about how you talking honestly about it is he sort of called yourself you're a bad example for professional boxers thing.
Yeah, like I say, at 33, I'm not really one to care really on other people's thoughts. I think lots of what he says is true. I've been a bad example of a pro boxer. Been lots of times I didn't put effort in. And the top and bottom of it is he beat me. Frazer Clarke beat me. So fair play, he beat me. If I thought that was a bad version of me, I didn't do what I should have done in training. The fight itself, I was poor. But that's only down to me. History will say that he beat me. Whether I feel that was down to me boxing poorly or what, it don't really matter. The history will say that he beat me. So fair play to him. Yeah, I don't really care about Frazer Clarke right now. I would have boxed Johnny Fisher, but I can take things on the chin like that because again, there's a lot of truth in what he says. So I can't. What can I say really? Yeah,
no, that's fair. I just thought, because you said about
it's true.
things,
I never saw that, but at the same time, there's a lot of truth in what he says. Some of it I have to disagree with, but in all honesty, he's entitled to his opinion. He's a good fighter. He beat me. What can I say?
Mm-hmm. When you spoke about the first Fisher fight, you spoke about earning the respect back. How does that feel good? I guess to earn that respect back.
It did feel good, because I was poor against Frazer Clarke. Whether I make excuses or not or whatever else, top and bottom, I was really poor, really bad. For whatever reason that was, I was bad. And I felt like I jacked it. Jamie said, "Oh well, he didn't, whatever." I felt like I did, so I needed to go to Riyadh. I needed to put on a good performance. Mm-hmm. And I did. Like I really got stuck in. No, you know what it was more than anything else. I trained really hard. I was fit. So when it got hard, I was able to call on reserves to really pull it out of myself, and I did. So it felt really good actually. After the Clarke fight, my granddad didn't speak to me for a long time. Mm-hmm. My dad was disappointed. So it was nice to turn it around. Yeah, it was nice. But Saturday I have to do that again now. I have to do it again because if I could have retired after that Fisher fight and been happy and said, "Oh well, I've done well. I've got people back in good graces." But you're only ever as good as your last fight. If I get beat on Saturday, people will say that was no good again. So you have to keep it going.
That's what I was going to say. Before I do let you go, obviously the aim was earning the respect back in the first fight. What's the aim is to win, obviously, in the second fight. But is there any undertones, I guess, for it?
Do you know what? It's about the performance, really. Not really the winning. I lost the first fight with Johnny, and again, no complaints. The judges thought I got beat, so I got beat. I just want to perform well. I would rather give a 10 out of 10 performance and 10 out of 10 effort and get beat now than win and cut corners. I have trained really hard. I've been in Manchester 10 weeks. I hate being away from my kids and I hate it, but I've been away for 10 weeks. I trained hard. And Saturday night, I have every intention of giving it 100% and box the best of my ability. That always don't play out that way. Don't always play out that way at all. I've had some really bad performances for one reason or another, but I have every intention of really giving it everything. And I have in training camp, and usually training camp will go similar to the fight, and I think Saturday will go well for me.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for it. Dave, always a pleasure to speak to you. Always do appreciate you taking the time to speak to me. All the best on Saturday night against Johnny Fisher, and as always, all the best next Friday as well, as you do have Joe
busy. You know what? I don't really not been thinking about my fight too much. I'm really, really excited for that show in Donny next week. Yeah, so life's really good at the minute. That's what I'm like. The better my life is, the less care I have of of anything really. I don't even get Saturday much for yet. Yeah. Never mind anything else. Yeah, life's really good.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm glad to hear it, mate. Yeah, appreciate the time, man. As always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.